Hello everyone, for my demonstration video today, I'll be changing the oil on my 2011 Buick LaCrosse. Before you start changing your filter, there's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need the correct oil and filter. You're going to need a jack and a jack stand. You're going to need a ratchet or a wrench. You're going to need a funnel. And you're going to need a pan that fits about 5 quarts of oil. A few other important things is you're going to want to have a rag that you can wipe your hands off with and your dipstick. You're also going to need a piece of cardboard or cloth or something to lay underneath your car if you don't want to get stains on your cement. So if you're to find the correct oil and filter, what you're going to do is if you look in your oil's owner's manual, you can find the type of oil you need. For this Buick, it needed an SAE 5W30, so I picked up this Castrol from Walmart. In order to find the correct filter, you can go into any of your auto parts stores or Walmart, like I did, and inside there will be a book. In that book, you look for your make, year, and then model of your car, and it will tell you a few options for filters. I decided to choose this Fram Tough Guard filter, so now let's get into it. Now you have to pop your hood. In order to do this, go inside your car, and down here there will be a little lever you can pull, right here, and that will open your hood. There's a little lever in here that you have to push in, and then lift your hood up. And now you have your engine. We'll now put on the jack stands and the jack so that we can get underneath to change the oil. We're now going to put the jack underneath so that we can get the car up so we can get underneath it to find the oil drain plug. So to do this, find a stable place along the frame of the car and push the jack underneath. We'll now pump the jack up. Now, especially since we don't have a jack stand in, this next part is critical. You must make sure that the car is completely stable, which it is, because if it's not, this might fall and you will be critically injured. Like, you probably either A, die, or B, you will never be able to walk again. So it is critical, absolutely critical, that you make sure that this is stable. We'll now get underneath the car to drain the oil. So we're now going to drain the oil. So I'm going to get underneath the car. I'm going to take my pan and my rag. And also my ratchet, but that's already under there. We have our pan just above our plug, which is, as you can see right there. We're going to take our ratchet and put it on. This car is kind of a pain. Going to twist it a few times. And now it should be finger loose. So, what we want to make sure is that we have this far back enough, because this will shoot out a little bit. So I'm going to loosen it by my fingers. And this is why it's good to have clothes on, to make sure that you're okay with getting oil on, because some oil might get on your clothes. We are getting to the point where the oil is almost done. We're going to then move this oil pan back to about where I'm sitting, and you can see that the filter is right there, that blue thing. So it just simply goes into there, and then start to tighten it. Now that we have the oil plug back in, we're now going to change the filter. To get to this filter, you can go from the top side on this car, but a lot of cars are on the bottom. It's this blue filter right here, that's what it is. When I turn it, and we have the drain pan directly underneath, so that we can get it, so that the oil will fall into that. And we're going to unscrew this by hand. Sometimes you have to use, they make special tools so that you don't have to quite do it by hand if it's tough to get on. There we go, and the oil is going to dump. I'm going to use my rag to get this up so we don't leak over everything. And there's our old filter. We're now going to let that drain into there, and it should only take a second. Well, it's already done already. So we're now going to put the new filter on. It's now time to put the new filter in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Fram Tough Guard out of its box. Here it is. And what we want to do before we put it on is we want to take a little bit of oil. So we'll get this opened up. We're going to take a little bit of oil on our finger, and we're going to wipe it around the edge of this. The reason we want to do this is because in another 20,000 miles, we're going to have to take this back off again. And if you do this, it'll come off a lot easier. So we put it around the edge like that. It is now time to put this back onto there. Put the filter in. We need to clean off out down here of the old oil. So we're going to take our rag and just wipe in there. You can see we got a little bit. Now we're going to put our new filter on there. So for this one, it's a bit awkward, so we have to put it into there and then screw it in place. Make sure that is tight on there, but make sure you don't over tighten it because you have to be able to get this back off. There we go. And we'll now put the drain plug, make sure that is tight, make sure this is tight, and we'll put the new oil in. It's now time to put in our new oil. So what we need to do is on the edge there's a cap. It also says the type of oil you need. So we need to unscrew that. We'll put that down here. We'll take our funnel and put it into the hole that is now open. And we'll slowly dump our new oil into the motor. Now that we've emptied our oil container, we'll remove the funnel and we'll use a rag to wipe it off so that we don't get oil all over the place. Set that down here, and we'll now put our cap back on. After this, we will clean up and then take it off the jacks and take it for a test drive to make sure everything's working properly. Now for time for cleanup. What we're going to do is we're going to take the old filter and we're going to put it into its box and we'll dispose of that properly later. We're also going to take this oil, the used oil, and put it into a safe container to be taken to a recycling center such as, I know AutoZone takes it, and so does some Jiffy Lube locations. Now that we have that done, we'll take the car off the jacks and we'll take it for a test drive to make sure everything's working properly. Get off the jack. To do that, you take your handle and inside you can see that there's a little metal bar. You move it right here and then you turn it and it will come down. I'm going to turn the car on and let it run for a few minutes to make sure that all the oil is in. Now that the engine has ran a few minutes, let's check the dipstick to make sure that the oil is where it's supposed to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it out and wipe off all the oil as it comes out. We're going to put it back in so that we can get a clear reading. Back in, all the way. Give it a few seconds. Let's take it out again and make sure that we have a good reading. As you can see, it's between those two lines, so we are good to go. Let's close the hood, and then we will take it for a spin to make sure it is working. After resetting the oil life detector inside the car. We're now back in the car, and what we need to do is we need to make sure the computer knows that the oil has been reset. So we click Menu, then click Set, and then click Set again, and then use this, flick it up, click Set again, and it's back at 100. So now the computer will know that it needs to count down again until our oil needs to be replaced. Let's now take this for a test drive. The car is running good. There's no oil light, so we are good to go. Thank you.